I hate the T.S.A.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Mat and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
Now, here's the thing. I like transportation security. I want to feel secure in my air travel. What I hate is the way the T.S.A. implements this. We all hate going to the airport. We got to get places. We got to go places. We got to fly. Right? We have to be free. But we hate going to the airport. And the reason we hate going to the airport is because of that security line. The T.S.A. The rope and stanchion labyrinth of Fourth Amendment violations. The Constitution protects us from unreasonable search and seizure. And yet suddenly, once we get in the airport, we have to remove our small electronics from our backpack in order for them to be x-rayed. We have to take off our belt and our shoes. One time, one crazy person tried and failed to light his shoes on fire. And now we all have to take off our shoes for the rest of time. Why? That was unsuccessful. So why should we take our shoes off? It makes us, don't worry. If you're under 12 years old, you can leave your shoes on. What are these arbitrary rules? What happens after 3 ounces of liquid that all of a sudden the entire plane is going to explode? The rules are madness. 9/11 didn't happen because 4 ounces of liquid was on the plane. 9/11 didn't happen because guns were on the plane. 9/11 happened because small box cutters got on the plane. And the T.S.A. has failed in testing to keep these box cutters off of planes. So why am I taking my shoes off? Sometimes I have to take my Kindle out of my bag. Sometimes, oh no, Kindles are fine. So Kindles might be used in an act of terror in one city and might not be used as an act of terror in one city. But my bottle of T.S.A., I have to either chug that or throw that in the garbage. Don't get me started on the Rapiscan. Everybody lines up to go through this x-ray machine as if it's perfectly normal to get your genitals radiated on your way to Portland. Oh, and if you want to bypass all that, just slip us $85 and boom, you're in the front of the line. What a joke. Now, I want security. I want there to be security, but this is not it. I mean, maybe the T.S.A. could look over passenger manifests and do some background checks, you know? Meanwhile, the administration is tearing apart the FAA, so after you walk through the gamma rays, now we can be assured that none of the passengers mean you any harm, so we can all relax and rest comfortably as our airplanes flip over and land upside down, because while the inside is safe, the outside is anarchy, and that's why I hate the T.S.A., and that's the Grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
Hear that? Summer noises.
Summer noises.
Summer noise. The weather's warming up. It's summer noise time.
Everyone's out.
Yeah, lots of chaos outside, trucks, people playing, kids, all that.
Yeah.
Dogs barking.
Dogs barking.
Everyone's outside now.
Trucks are being delivered.
The weather is turning about.
Everything's happening.
Everything's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so here we are.
We're here.
In our studio that's not quite soundproof, listening to all these beautiful sounds.
Yeah, I love the sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, as people come out of their shell, emerge from their winter hiding spaces.
These are the sounds of our neighborhood.
These are the sounds of our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Great.
You got to sleep in today.
Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
It's been a while. You've been working so much.
I have become a morning person. I've been getting up at 5:30 and 6 every morning.
Oh my
except
gosh.
on Sunday, which then I got up at 7 just because my body was like, hi, you're awake now.
Yeah, awake.
But today I said no.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. I heard you say, oh, it's 10, and then go right back to sleep.
Yeah. I was like,
So you've completed the super secret project that you were working on.
Almost, yes.
Right. So that the working shop part of that is done.
Yes.
But now you're going to jet off and go put it up as an installation.
Yes.
Whatever this super secret thing is.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
I'll be away for 2 weeks.
How fun is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. It's actually really exciting, and I can't wait to talk about it.
But not yet.
Not yet.
Not
No.
yet. Super secret.
Super secret.
But you get to jet away. They're taking you away.
Yeah, I know.
To the beautiful land of...
I'm not telling.
Oh, we can't even say that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Best play it safe
Yeah,
then.
I don't know.
Fantastic. But
Yeah.
how are you going to get there?
I'm going to fly.
You're going to fly?
Yeah.
With a jet plane.
Leaving on a jet plane.
Right. Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now me, a week ago, I was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I also took a jet plane.
You took a jet as well.
How much? Yeah, because the world is emerging from winter, so we're all jetting off.
We're jetting off.
Jetting off.
We're feeling the breeze.
We're flying free.
Yeah.
Woo! What's your favorite part about taking an airplane?
Oh. Initially, on the top of my head,
Yeah.
I thought, who I'm going to meet.
Who you're going to meet?
Who you're gonna meet.
You never know who you're going to run into.
You never know who you're going to
You run
meet.
into some people at the airport, on
Yeah.
the airplane.
You can talk to the people when you get your cup of coffee, when you're waiting for your flight.
Sure.
You can talk to people in line when everyone's line bunching, and you can talk about how everyone's line bunching and then make a couple chuckles,
Yeah,
some jokes.
you get to chat with everybody.
Yeah.
You're everybody's second worst nightmare at the airport.
Yeah.
The person that talks to everybody.
Almost. Yeah. Sometimes it's welcome. Sometimes it's not. You can read it pretty fast when it's not.
Yeah.
I like to see the people's looks on their faces when you're going to your seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think people are excited
Because
when
they're
people...
all facing you.
Yes.
When you're walking down,
Yeah.
you're facing against where everybody's facing.
I'm like, and then I think, do they think I'm important? Even though I'm going to coach,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
am I important?
Oh, I get that.
Oh,
yeah.
who's that? Oh,
Yeah. I like to try and catch people's eyes as I
Yeah.
walk by and like give them like a judgmental look, like
No. No, you don't.
sitting all the way up here. All right. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to be with the people.
I'm gonna go in back. The cool part of the plane.
The cool part of the plane where everyone is.
I'm gonna be in back.
Yeah.
So at the airport.
Yeah.
Let's talk
I'm at
through
the airport.
You're at the airport.
I have my rolly suitcase.
Oh, you have a rolly suitcase.
Yeah, I have leggings on.
Okay.
Maybe I have a nice sweater. I'm not sure how I feel. I want to look cool.
It seems a lot of the ladies wear the leggings to the airport.
I mean, I may wear my leggings all the time, but yes.
Why does everybody wear the leggings to the airport?
So on the flight,
Yeah.
people's legs can swell.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So compression socks,
Oh,
definitely wear those.
yeah.
now.
Gotta keep those legs together. You
Gotta
don't
keep
want
them
them to
tight.
pop.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take a couple days for that. Like, I don't even know what happens. The swelling happens.
Months
to go down.
sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I know. My whole body swells.
All right. What's your least favorite part about going to the airport?
I don't know. I kind of like being in an airport.
All right. Let's talk through the stages of airport. What
Security.
Step one, we get to the
I know
airport.
where we're going.
Okay.
We're going to security, aren't we? we're going to the T.S.A.
Oh, are we going to the TSA?
Oh, I think we're going to the T.S.A.
Well,
now.
that's everybody has to go to the TSA. You're not going to get into the airport without going to the TSA.
Oh my god.
You got to be granted permission.
Yes, we have to take off our shoes sometimes.
We have to take our shoes.
Sometimes we have to take our belts off.
Every time. Yeah.
No, not every time.
Not every time?
No, sometimes they say you can leave your shoes on.
Oh, okay.
They're like, no, leave your
Sometimes
shoes
they're like,
on.
okay, we've had a report that there are no shoe bobs in the airport, so you can keep your shoes on right now.
Isn't that wild that sometimes the shoes are okay and sometimes they're not? And everyone
do you think some of
is
those
waiting.
rules might be arbitrary?
They seem to be.
Yeah, because sometimes all your liquids have to be in little bottles in a little baggie, and sometimes they can be out of the little baggie.
Now, do you think it's a quota? You know, like
A quota?
yeah, a quota. Like
We need 1,000 people to pass through with little baggies.
Right,
And then
right.
everyone else can go through without little baggies.
Yeah.
Which is the big baggie industry. Ziploc needs to sell so many bags.
it's in the month, right? Like how the month works of like, okay, so we did 3 days with shoes on. We did 4 days with shoes off.
That's
we
how
have heavy
terrorism
traffic
works.
coming
Is like,
in,
yeah,
you know?
terrorists only make so many attempts a month and then they give up. And so
Yeah.
they know that number. So they're like, all right, no more terrorists are making attempts. So
I
we can
mean-
everybody come in with their shoes on.
Terrorists have lives
So we have
too.
to. All right. So the 3 ounce bottles, we can't have more than 3 ounces of shampoo. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like where are you going that you need so much shampoo?
Well, and also in all the hotels now they're giving you like full bottles of shampoo.
But they're attached to the wall.
Yeah,
you gotta
exactly.
really pull out those things to take those home with
No,
you.
you have to pump it. You can't steal it.
Okay, you can't.
They were like, oh, we'll gift everyone little tiny bottles of shampoo.
So TSA, sometimes you have to take your shoes off. Sometimes you get to keep your shoes on. And then what do you have to do?
Then you have to go through the microwave.
Then you have to go through the rapist scan.
Yeah, that you.
Yeah, as Stephen Colbert calls it, the rapist scan.
Yeah. Hands up.
Hands up.
Hands up, feet out.
Hands up, feet out.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know about this because we're so trusting here in America that we just all walk right in there. And then when I started flying with you, you said, I'm not doing that. I'm getting a pat down.
I've never once gone through the microwave.
Yeah, and I didn't, you know, they say it's safe, but since flying with you, I'll get a pat down.
You do have certain rights at the TSA.
Yeah, of course.
There's 2 things you can deny.
Yes.
When they want to take your photo, because
Yeah.
they're trying to train their AI facial recognition. So they're taking photos of everybody now.
Oh.
When you go up, you don't have to take your photo. You can just say, I don't want my photo taken.
Oh.
And then when you're about to go through the rapist scan, you can just say, I want to opt out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Opt out.
I want to opt out. So I've never once gone through the gamma ray machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The arms up,
Yep.
feet out. No.
Now, why don't you like going through that?
One, I don't want to radiate my genitals every single time I fly. And right? Like,
just in case we have kids.
It astounds me. I'll stand there because I have to wait for a pat down when I opt out. So I'll stand there and watch 30, like person after person after person just unquestioningly just walk into the microwave and put their hands up. And I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And they're like, spread your legs out because you want to make sure that your genitals get the full amount of radiation there. You want to make sure the good zap, you want to get a good zing right there.
Do you think it's helping prevent cancer that we get a little bit of radiation every day? Like every day we fly?
I think that's how cancer works. I think the more nuclear you become, I'm like, why would you radiate your genitals? And two, the other reason I don't do it is because that's the one inconvenience we're allowed to hand back to the TSA.
Yep,
that's the one thing we're allowed to do is disrupt their day by being like, give me a pat down.
Yes.
And then instead of the gamma rays, I get an actual person touching my genitals.
That's right. You get a little a government massage.
Well, that's one of these government TSA agents told me that one time while he was giving me a pat down. He said, think of this as a free government massage.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I'm like, I'm going to go through the stresses of going through the airport.
Yeah.
I might as well get my free government massage.
Yeah, get a government massage.
Right?
Yeah.
TSA.
Well, it's stressful flying. You know, you're up, like humans aren't really supposed to be flying high in the air like that.
We're not supposed to be
We don't have
30,000 feet in the
wings.
air.
Yeah. We built those.
We're not supposed to be. There's not even enough oxygen up there.
I don't like how dry it is.
It's very dry.
So dry. Yeah, we swell and we get dry.
Swell and dry. You're absorbing all the moisture and you're losing all the moisture.
Yeah, what's happening?
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
My body.
I'm ballooning up, but I'm so dry.
I can't imagine astronauts in space. I
Oh,
think
yeah, it dries a bone up there.
That's what I'm saying. I think Katy Perry and like Gayle King went up on one of the Bezos flights or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine how dry and
Oh,
how
it was
much
so dry.
swelling happened.
Oh
with
my
that.
God.
I'm sure they were like, oh my gosh, we're back on
Did
the
you
planet.
see how dry their hair was?
You know, Katie's hair looked pretty dry.
It was staticky.
It was, like,
oh my
really
gosh,
dry.
it's so dry up there.
Yeah, I just watched them walk out of the capsule.
Yeah.
You know, I would never do that. I don't know why people want to go to space.
Yeah, I've no idea.
Right? We're here. We're already
We're
on
here.
the perfect planet.
If I was in space, I'd be like, this sucks. Where can I go?
Yes.
We're there.
We're already
where
here.
you escape from space.
Yes, exactly.
We're there.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that.
Just like the people that want to go down and see the Titanic down there.
No, never.
No, thanks.
No.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
And
I'm great.
also-
There's a 3-hour movie. I could watch it whenever I want to see the Titanic.
That's right. And a past life, I was probably there.
You were,
I
yeah.
actually probably
You were.
drowned on the Titanic. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
good.
drowned, but you drowned before they hit the iceberg.
I just jumped. I don't know. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I know. So
Yeah.
I don't have the amount of hatred that you have for the TSA, but it is a little stressful getting through. Like, you have to be prepared. And I get annoyed by the people that aren't prepared.
They're not prepared.
I'm like, why aren't you prepared for the thing that you know that we're going to be doing?
Take your belt off or something.
Electronics out of your bag.
Get something
Be prepared.
ready.
Don't just like
prepared.
stand there and be like, I don't know how to fly.
What is flying? Yeah.
Help your friends out that are in line with you. Give them a bin. Like,
Yeah.
let's move this along.
I was going through the airport security, and right in front of me, the guy, they pull out of his bag this hair gel, and it's the exact same hair gel I use, but it's the full size version, not the smaller version that you can fly with. And they pull it out, and he's like, I guess we can throw it away or whatever. And I wanted to be like, I have the same thing. I love that.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I'm in security. Like, they'll think I have the dangerous liquid to take over the bomb too.
Right.
And then I'll have to go through special screening. But I don't have it on me. I just like that hair gel.
Yeah.
So I had to keep quiet and be like, that poem, like, first they came for that guy with the hair gel.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, this is compliance.
Well, they see how far they can go. The government sees how far it can go in putting restrictions on us. For
And
some
apparently
reason,
all the way. Like,
Right.
they don't make us take our clothes off, but they put us through the gamma radiation to see what's under our clothes.
And,
so
yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
They're
right.
like, how far can we go?
But when it's framed for safety.
Right.
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 But what's also crazy is like we're taking our rights away to get on an airplane to travel to see grandma or like wherever we're going.
Yeah.
Okay. But yet we can't for actual safety for children in schools, we can't limit and put little tiny restrictions on gun laws.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You know, it's totally interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
My favorite time going through TSA was I was traveling with a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't my baby, but I was traveling with a baby, and the TSA like took off the baby's clothes down to the diaper and then patted down the diaper just to make sure there were no weapons on the baby. Meanwhile, the baby's father, who was an ex-brother-in-law of mine, he was carrying a gun. He was armed because he was a postal inspector. So he's required to fly with a gun. So the baby's father had a gun and was required to carry the gun, but the baby had to be strip searched. Oh my gosh, the TSA.
I know.
You know, it to me, it feels a little bit like cattle. You know, at the slaughterhouse, all of them have to line up.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about the little picture thing of
What picture thing?
Well, the picture thing when they can look in your bags. It looks like they're drawn, even though it's not.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
They draw it.
Yeah, it's just drawn real quick. Like some gremlins like flip through real quick. It's just some gnomes and they're look at the
So that's the
and
thing.
they draw like a picture of everything they see.
That's the thing that I have to say about stripping down is that you're not actually stripping down, but they're drawing you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like just drawing the outline of you.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need Leonardo DiCaprio drawing little pictures of us naked.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to wear this. Only this. Right. I want to wear this.
Let me draw you like one of my flight attendants.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we're just, because the TSA makes it so that like driving sounds more reasonable sometimes.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Or what people do is that they learn how to fly their own planes. I've never been on one of those tiny planes because I never will be because it's terrifying because they crash all the time. And I'm like,
all
no.
the time.
They do. A helicopter fell into the Hudson. Yeah, I think something with fuel or whatever.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So was there any security for them to get on there?
I booked us a helicopter flight.
No, I won't get on it. I won't do it. No, absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. That's the craziest part about the TSA.
Yeah.
Is that the FAA is being dismantled. So planes are just crashing into each other willy-nilly now.
Yeah.
We still got to take our shoes off and get a naked x-ray.
That's right. It's like, where is the actual responsibility here?
The government has black and white photos of all of our nude bodies.
That's right.
And yet helicopters and planes are just smashing into each other left and right.
Yeah. It's okay. AI is eventually going to be running all of the planes everywhere.
Right, AI.
That's what they're setting
Give
it
it all
up.
to AI.
Let's give it to AI.
Yeah, AI is making laws in the Arab Emirates.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's scary.
Well, and it's also like, does the AI create the law and then the humans review the law and then they decide whether it's good or not? And then what's the point of the AI making the law in the first place?
Yeah, I thought we would be against the robots writing rules because if the robots were to write rules, like automobile accidents that kill 40,000 people a year.
Yes.
Like if I was the AI, the first thing I would say is no one drives.
No one drives.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that would save 40,000 lives a year.
Yeah, for sure.
But obviously humans are going to be like, no. So I can't wait to see what kind of rules the AI is going to write.
Yeah.
Also, I'm looking forward to A1 teaching our students.
Oh my gosh, A1. How ridiculous. Why didn't anyone correct this
She
woman?
said it multiple times.
Yeah,
like
and they were just
A1,
nodding
yeah.
along. Like, why didn't they correct and say, oh, don't you mean AI?
Yeah, and yet I can't bring more than 3 ounces of A1 onto an airplane.
I know. That steak's dry, okay?
Yeah, it's dry up there.
It's dry up there. Need some sauce.
Some sauce on this.
Put some sauce on it.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Mat Labatka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Leaving on a jet plane.
We did it. We've conquered another one of life's little annoyances. But the truth is, what I really hate is commercials. And I'll wager you do too. And that's why Grumble Goat is proudly commercial-free. But to keep it that way, it takes the support of fellow grumblers like you. If you hate commercials, head on over to our Patreon page and see if becoming a Grumble Kid is right for you. And as always, don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.
Grumble, 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 grumble. Pa, 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 pa.